Good morning, everyone. I'm actually recording this around 11 in the morning before a podcast on a Monday. Why? Because a fatty ding-dong stinky boy named Geef decided to wake me up for no reason and come downstairs. I love him regardless. Anyway, so I had extra time to kill before the podcast, so I figured, why not? Why not? So, this is going to be interesting, because the first quest that I want to do is to go to Gurichi Street, where you got to deal with those goons that we were going to be intimidating out of causing looting and the usual problem for the local magistrate. But this is actually one of those weird things where I had a really insanely difficult time with this fight when I began the game on launch day all those years ago, and I'm interested to see how it goes. However, before we get into that, pardon. Ooh. As you make your way along the Portmanteau comes to the storm. Many of the houses here boast cracked window panes and sagging awnings, and you pass narrow streets strewn with foliage and debris. The cobblestones beneath your feet are still slick with water and silt. Before long, you're ankle deep in sucking mud and loose stones. The flooding only worsens ahead, where the water level rises to the knees. Most of the port's residents have fled this region for dry land, but the murmur of raised voices ahead and the occasional splash suggests that you're not entirely alone. That man's a ghost. That lady, a jerk. So, let's quick save.
Steady, Dasher.
And see what we can get going.
Found something.
With this. So, you guys are active, but
Real quiet
let's see.
now.
Let's just generally see. So this is going to be the stealth radius for everyone, yeah? Which means that as long as I wish there was a button I could use to just see the stealth radius, but like the global stealth radius at all times. Alright. So let's just see what happens. I wonder, does Mindwave have a ray? It does. Okay. Have I been using Mindwave wrong this whole time? Do you have to cast it on yourself? Oh my god, you totally do. Well, shit, I'm embarrassed. Alright, anyway. Oh, by the way, to those of you who don't know, or unfamiliar with the game, you see that there's a bright yellow portion of that, and then there's like a grayer yellow portion. The yellow portion that's lighter, or sorry, darker at the edges, is the bonus I get from my intelligence. Alright, so let's go ahead.
Yeah.
And see if I can hit somebody with this. Well, that definitely hit. Let's take a look. Overpenetrated. Did lots of damage. Okay. Jody, you gained what? How many wounds? You have 4. You have 2 wounds. Let's just see how the rest of this works.
Yeah. We're losing folks.
Alright, so I was immediately KO'd.
Bones. Shoney's
KO'd.
done for.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna load that. Am I doing something wrong here? Let's try it on.
Right.
No, that's not what I want to do. I want to attack. What if we used Soul Annihilation? Okay, well, I killed them outright. So, okay.
I've got it.
And let's see what happens. No, I don't actually want to loot that person. Let's see what happens if I use Crippling Strike again. Okay, well that obviously worked. And then you can get in there. I just said you can get in there.
Let's go.
Okay. Done. Now you two focus on him. And Jody. There you go. Quick. And punch that man.
Not happening.
You have enough wounds? You do not. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit to get used to this. Looks like exploding somebody at the start is going to be pretty vital. What do we got? Sabers, padded armor, an arquebus. In fact, let's go ahead and give myself some kind of armor. Going super weak might not have been as viable as I thought. Yeah, having something that causes me to
That's something.
not die instantly might have been a better idea.
Something must be wrong with my vision. No matter how much I blink, I cannot make out more than blurry lights in the darkness. You are quite blinding.
What's the last thing you remember, buddy?
Pain. I came to help one of the traders gather her belongings. Then other men came. They struck me over and over. Is that why I cannot see?
Sorry, dude. You dead.
Dead? But this is terrible.
Yeah, it's rough.
Let me ease this one's pain, Watcher.
I think she just dragged that dude's soul into her little lantern. What do we got? Protective Athosian Charm. Let's see. Get rid of this. It is +1 perception, only before death. Well, hey, kitty cat. We're gonna just go ahead and throw that on just in case. And Eder, you can go back to being mayor, I guess. Especially since your stats are gonna
This looks
transfer
great on me.
over. Some clothes, a hatchet. Oh, you know what might have been part of it? Earlier I was like, hey, what if I decrease my deflection by 12 so that I could do more damage, only to
Yeah? Huh?
find that, oops, I took a lot of damage.
On it.
Whoops. So I guess this area is supposed to be a part earlier in the game where if you have a coastal? No, Island Alma, you're like, oh wow, look, I can walk through knee-deep water without, you know, impingement, but I want to say there's like 4 of these areas in the entire game. It's not fucking worth it. Boy, is it not fucking worth it at all. Also, super weird.
Nothing but endless grey mist. This is not the afterlife I was promised.
My pal here's a gone lady. She can help you.
Right. You'd best follow me then.
Also, so it's super weird, and I can't. That these guys are nestled up in this tiny corner. Oh, it's my alarm to get up in the morning. Going off. Oh no, not the console. Quick save before these bros, because I'm gonna fuck it up.
Not much cause to come out this way unless you're looking for trouble. Although you've found it.
What are you doing here, man?
Echo, see? This is my street. That doesn't change after a little rain. That Storm Speaker. She didn't concern herself much with this place, did she? Me and my gang, we keep the peace here. And the locals pay their dues. Nothing here now but what they left behind.
Well, about that, Savia sent me. She wants you to, stop the looting.
Merle, she must be desperate. Not so desperate as to come here, on her knees to beg for herself. But she sent you. No. There's my answer. I get my cut. There's no sense in ruining a good thing.
But what if... Follow me out here. Follow me out? No, that's wrong. Hear me out. Help her out, and she'll owe you a favor.
A favor? Merle, I should buy her dinner. Maybe. Done. I'll do it. Bon Piaco. Can't be too bad, having a commander in your pocket. Tell Savia this isn't permanent. Second the water clears up and things are back to normal, we're through. I'll spread the word. Gurichi Street is under lawful protection now.
And we did it. Oh, Shodi has something to say.
Nope.
Gotta wait in my lantern now. Almost feel like I can hear the soul when I jostle it around. With every soul, my lantern's getting heavier and heavier in my hand.
How you feeling? You have any nightmares?
I did, recently with you.
I've known you for about an hour.
You were walking the depths of the ocean, but you didn't drown. And in your hand, you gripped the key to Aora's end. I've seen stars wreathing a statue's brow, and souls flowing like tears over gleaming Audra. And then my god headed into the heart of the storm, where he could find the darkness. Tell me what's on your mind?
How is it that you became a worshiper of Gon more so than a worshiper of Aethys?
My folks, you might say they're not your typical Aethasians. Sure, they cling to the light more than the darkness. But the war, it touched my family. And it changed them. Killed some. Not that I remember firsthand. The others toughened, turned survivors. That much I saw with my own eyes, even years later.
That didn't really answer my question.
My aunt's the one who taught me about the cycle of life and death. How everything happens in stages. Whether forwards or backwards, from seed to rot to rebirth again, it's all just states of existence and balance. See? That's how I first learned about the slice of Gone within Aethys. After that, I read all the doctrines of Gone, anything and everything I could get my hands on.
Like?
The 12 books of Nearwith, plus the epistles from the minor prophets. A lot of them aren't a part of today's canonization, but that doesn't mean they're wrong. It's tradition for the youngest born to take up the priesthood of Aethys. Well, I did it in my own way.
There are others like you?
Of course, though we're few and spread out. Most don't keep to temples. Soul shepherding requires travel. Mostly I learned through reading. Any text pertaining to Gone I could get my grubby hands on.
I get the feeling you really don't fit in with the rest of your congregation.
I guess it's the nature of light to want to best the darkness. But you can't have balance like that. And it's not like night and death are bad things.
Aren't they, though?
Oh, no use in fearing what's natural. Life isn't one long line. It's cyclical. You gotta shed the old to become the new.
Alright, well, let's talk about something else then.
No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening.
How do you feel about the giant statue man that's the god?
We talking during the Saints' War or after he died?
What's the difference?
Well, before he died, he was still Aethys as the majority of my brethren know him. Aethys embodied a human, and when that human got blown to bits, we all believed Aethys died. And I think a part of him did, the part he'd most closely woven into living flesh, the part that represented life, and rebirth after death. Which means the part of him that could have survived, that stormed across the Deadfire's seas, was the side more aligned with obsidian, rot, and falling away. That which is death.
Tell me more about him leading up to and during the Saints' War.
I really only know what my folks taught me. Aethys embodied Saint Widwin, but during the war, he got blown to bits. That's the thing about human bodies. Eventually, they all gotta die. As the god of rebirth, of course, Aethys would be coming back. But where I differ from my family's view, and my High Priestess's view, is that I've studied the apotheosis of Gone, and I know all about the backside, the downward swoop, the death part of the cycle of life. Obsidian, rot, regrowth. What's gone can never be again. What comes back is changed. Always. Even if what comes back is a god.
What's your take about him after the Saints' War?
Then you mean Gone. Sure, maybe my god still answers to Aethys as well. Why not? But Aethys died, and death requires change. He ain't what he was. Not in exactly the same way. That's why I think his other aspect, his darkness in the light, is what's burning brighter in him now.
Alright, thanks, Shodi. Got anything else to
No
say?
need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening.
Should you be swearing so much as a priestess?
Reckon not. But I can't help but be a touch wayward. I don't take it too far. My mom caught me once necking in the Merkberry stalks. And of course I fight. But I've not done much more than that. And I don't use the real ugly words. Sometimes the feelings, they just come tumbling right out of me. Gods darn it.
That's all for now.
You need me, I'll be 2 whoops and a holler away.
Thanks, Shodi. I guess we should talk to Eder.
Hey, this brings back some memories, huh?
A little bit, buddy. Got any thoughts about Jesus?
I don't know. I've still got this picture of him in my mind from when I was a kid in church. It's nothing like what we're seeing. Just like it was nothing like Widewin. But that first image, that's still what Aethys is to me. If you like.
So what'd you do after we beat Pillars 1?
I like that feeling, knowing we'd stopped Theos. We were part of something big. And that was something I never felt before, not even at war. Guess I went looking for it again. Not that I wanted to tangle with gods, but something smaller. Something I thought I could manage. There was that little town, Deerford, we passed through. Got hit real hard by the legacy. I went in and asked their mayor if I could help. And he was real friendly. But then it turned out he was in that Scanite cult they have over there. And when I wasn't looking, he tried to knock me out with a garden hoe. Guess he wanted to drain my blood or gouge out my eyes with rocks or whatever it is they do. Didn't ask. Anyway, I came out of his house carrying his head, and well, I got to be mayor after that. They didn't even want to do an election. I said, if you're sure, and they all nodded, kinda quick-like.
Well, how were you as a mayor?
Some of it I was good at. Welcoming people, getting them to settle there, keeping order. But there were other things I had no head for. Negotiating, settling arguments, saying the right things. I think I made a difference, but plenty of folks got hurt along the way. And I don't know if that was something we could have avoided, or if it was the cost of trying to fix things.
Alright, thanks, man. You want to get moving? Alright.
Sure.
Off to the archipelago. Or, more specifically, the little town. To the outskirts. Yeah, robbing these people is going to be much harder.
Huh? Nice, it's right.
I don't think they actually have many items. I think most NPCs actually don't have many items at all. Otherwise, this pickpocketing shit would be too good. Yeah, interesting. Couldn't do it. Maybe I can come back later.
Amura's winds blow sweet upon you.
Well, thank you. At least I can grab your sponges. Well, there's a storm speaker. There's some guards, some big boys.
Sorry, Frank. I can't.
Shut up. Who the fuck are you? Eophania?
Fancy a look at the wares, my friend?
You're a bit out of the way, aren't you?
Cozy spot, right? Not much competition apart from the basket lady. And the Hawana have coin to spend and goods to trade, same as the rest.
You see the fight between Renko and Mokeha?
Did I see it? Best night of my life. She just... And he was snuffed out like a candle, poor bastard. I assumed he was being his usual charming self. How he and the wife get on so well, I have no idea.
You know how... Do you know how it started?
Not really. I saw the Huano woman bearing down on him, looking like trouble. They argued for a bit. His buddies were dragging him down the road not long after that.
Thanks. Let's see what you got.
Best goods on the island.
Doubt it. Shorewalker sandals. I mean, they're okay, I guess. Alright, let's see what else we got. Is that... No. She usually, if I remember right, hangs out here. In her named house. Okay. Is she in here? No. Good. Time to rob her. Poleaxe, saber, clothing, money. Recent history of the Queen's birth. Some medical supplies. Okay, well, she's not home. Which means she's probably wandering around the left side. I think, anyway.
You're a follower of the light?
Light? Oh, you mean... well, depends on what you mean by follow.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way. I mean, I am a child of the Dawn Stars, even if firstly I'm a Gonite.
That's good, I guess. You?
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's all right. Surely, some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
You're probably in need of a washing. Let's see if these two like each other. I mean, all of this is positive, 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 positive. Even this. The only one that's highly negative is that she does not fit in with the other Dawn Stars. Oh, let's see. Oh, she liked me. Eder and me are pretty neutral. The port likes me. Children like me. Ooh, passionate and clever. I guess that would make me... Whoa, don't steal in front of people. Oh, there she is. Another thievery. Let's check out the Chieftain's Lodge, see if we can get any good shit in there. Well, there's no one in here, so I don't think...
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. It's about Shodi.
What if I picked your pocket while you weren't looking?
She means well. I can see that. And she's spirited, and if I was still young and didn't know the things I know, it'd be different. But anybody got that much faith in any god, let alone Aethys? I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Not these days.
So there's an interesting distinction in Pillars, particularly Pillars 2, that really only applies to you, Pallegina, Eder, and Aloth, in the terms of, they would say, faith in God. Because the gods are overtly real. They're walking around, people are using their powers constantly, yada yada. Instead, it is used as in, like, reassurance, or as in, like, if they're cool or not, man. Because they're manufactured across a set of ideals from a dead society, and may or may not be a bunch of jerks. May or may not. Is he, like, interrupting me on purpose? Maybe.
I get why she's like that. And I was there once, long time back. But it's 'cause of that I can't see a way to respect it.
This is really bizarre because, like, all of his... I swear, it's like he's interrupting me.
I'm no good at hiding it from her either. I don't see this getting better.
Well, there's more to her than you're giving her credit for, Eder.
Doesn't seem like she's any different than what she shows.
Yeah, but she's not a Aethys person. She's like a Gaunite.
Same thing, really. That's just her trying to find a way to worship Aethys that makes sense to her. I guess that sounds familiar now that you mention it.
Owned. You dumb idiot. Alright, back to robbery. What really matters. This religious stuff, I mean, that's cool and all. But what if robbery? Think about it. I like playing morally good characters that just constantly do minorly petty bad things. So the number one of which, of course, is theft. Theft in video games fucking rules.
They told me what became of your ship. I say again that you are lucky. It is the only ship that survives.
Kind of.
I could protect Port Mage, or else its ships, but not both. Perhaps Clario thinks I chose poorly.
I guess you and the governor don't really get along, huh?
Better than it may seem. Clario can be reasoned with, especially if one approaches him with coin in their pocket. He is not a cruel man. I suspect he might even enjoy life on the island if he were free of his masters.
Doesn't look like the storm did a whole lot of damage here.
To a storm speaker, the storm is a friend, gentled by a word. And Satahuzi is blessed with several storm speakers. We were able to shield the village from much of the weather. Some of it is mere luck. Most of our canoes were here by the shore. We did lose one of our voyagers. It will take some work to replace it.
Yo, you guys see that giant?
Yes, one of the old titans, say the priests. Andra is angry. The why, our priests do not know.
Yeah, so that's
I'm only
Aethys.
glad it has journeyed elsewhere.
Do you know where he going?
Aethys. Is it redemption you seek then? You risk much to chase a god across the sea. The Dawn Stars too wish to meet this god. What if he does not wish to be found? Yes,
A
one
titan?
of the old titan. Ngati, Andra's realm, harbors many great beasts. They say the ancestors of the Kahanga tribe, and so their queen, hold pacts with such creatures. My priests wonder if this is her doing. Yes, one of the old titans.
Which way
say the
did it
priests.
go?
I do not know. Most fled the sight of it, and Clario has provided little information. This was the subject of our argument. Perhaps he will tell you more.
Could you help me with the ship thing?
Yes, but it will take Clario's assistance. Convince him, and I will aid you.
Why?
You are one of his people now. It falls on him to protect you.
Hey, so Mokeha's causing some shit.
Mokeha is proud, like her father. Each day this alliance tests her patience.
She your kid?
What is... She shares my blood, my caste, my temper. But she is a daughter of the tribe. It is different among our people.
Okay, so she just killed a guy?
Mokeha could
Almost.
have killed him if she wished to. Is it not enough that he lives?
Maybe you could... I'm not sure, honestly.
Return once you are certain. I will help if I can.
Pardon. Alright. I think she went into her house. So let's get the whole story. Pardon. She did not go into her house. Where the fuck is she? It's so weird that there's fog of war, like, on these tiny spots.
I've got it.
Alright, let's talk to her. Hey, come back.
I do not know you.
Yeah, that's accurate.
You were looking for Kawa?
Renko says you fucked him up during a card game.
Rinko? The Valian? You jest, Akira. I should have thrown him into the sea. He dares to call me a thief?
Okay, okay, calm down, calm down. What happened?
What else? The Valians are fools. But Akawa wishes to trade, so we must be patient. We must save them from Nagati's storms, even when they ignore our advice. Ikawa told me I should see the tavern, speak with their people, learn patience. The trader Eophania, she taught me to play Valian cards. A simple game, but none would play with me in the tavern. Not until Rinko. I thought him kind, until I proved the victor, and he grew angry. Until he stood in front of his kin and called me a Mataru of Sadahuzi, a filthy islander and a cheat. For that, yes, I beat him. Why does this concern you?
You know he's a merchant, right? You just kick the shit out of some dude.
I did not consider this. He is Kwaru. It is not in him to fight for the village. Perhaps I was impatient.
So, this is an interesting thing that we're going to see a lot with the Huana. They have a fairly rigid caste system, which is awful, by the way. And we're going to deal with it a lot. Alright, I think people usually apologize for that kind of thing.
I will not. But I will ask Akawa to send a healer. Perhaps that will quiet his whimpering. Here, take it. I have no need for his Valian coin.
Alright. Problem solved.
If you told me a few years ago that I'd end up following you on another crazy errand, I'd have said you were out of your mind.
Nah. We fought a lich dragon, dude.
Not because I got anything against you, more that trouble seems to come looking for you wherever you go. Yet, here we are again, probably on our way to die. Well, you already did, but me, I mean.
I couldn't have all the fun without you, man. You're like the best party member in the game.
All real nice of you to share. Someday I'll have to get you a gift. And wouldn't you know it, this time is shaping up to be crazier than the last one. But I gotta say, I appreciate how you've handled things. Times like these, staying decent's not as easy as it sounds. Thought you were weird at first, of course, but you've surprised me.
So one of the things that is like a kind of a legit criticism of Pillars, but it's pretty funny, is they wanted to have a lot of reactivity between like the party members and the romance stuff and all that. But all of the numbers are set so that you can get them even though if you're like switching party members quite often, which causes these conversations to just like blow apart within like an hour of meeting someone. It hasn't been easy. I mainly just want to tell the gods to go fuck themselves.
Well, that's why I mention it. Sometimes it's been anything but. I've been meaning to ask, though. How is it you never seem to lose your way through all this? What is it tells you you're on the right path?
He who stays truthful to his convictions shall never count betrayal among his crimes, though all the world may call him villain.
Well, hard to argue with that. And I might get some strange looks if it did. When I was a boy, things were simpler. Aethys was more like a character we read about in church.
I can take it you didn't have a statue that was big in those stories?
Well, most stories had him helping folks or making the world work as it should. You pray to him, he might help you too. There was no cost to it. No confusion about his will or followers taken into extremes. Following Aethys was right. Had no reason to question. Do you think there's any way that following him could still be the right path? After all we've seen?
I don't know.
I guess we'll see what he has in store soon enough. If we make it that far. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to get depressing. I think this was just a long way of saying I appreciate the way you've guided things.
No problem, buddy.
Makes me feel like I'm doing some good, going with you.
Alright, let's talk to Mokeha's mom.
May Amira's winds blow sweet.
Ah, looks like I solved it with Mokeha. Still, I don't have to solve it with her mom. That's nice. Back to the harbor. And we're going to go down to the jail. It's so weird to think that the next Pillars game is going to be like a Skyrim. Like, Obsidian hasn't made a Skyrim since New Vegas.
Keeping out of trouble?
Which is
A little jest. What is it?
technically an accurate statement, but it's weird, right? It's weird to say. I convinced Ilari to keep watch on Gurichi Street. Or Gurichi Street.
Perfetto. He's a little shitne, but a lazy one. He will not cause trouble if he does not have to. easier to work with a familiar face for the moment. I can deal with him later. So, we have one small part of Port Mage under control. A good start. Well, here you are, for your time. If I had 10 men like you, the whole of Port Mage would be set right within the week.
You know, the more that I think about it, I have trouble with that first fight in the street, and I also have trouble with the ruins we're gonna go see later. And it really feels like the game is balanced for 5 party members. Like every single encounter is balanced with 5 party members, because it has that thing where the game gets like way easier after this tutorial section, and you have your full crew. Like once you get to Nekataka and get like the whole gang and start setting it up like the way it's supposed to, like all of a sudden it's like, oh, no problem. Hey, Wanglyph.
Shouty! Blessed child, you returned to the flock. What news do you bring us from the High Priestess?
It's been literally 1 day.
Don't get comfy, cause I ain't here to stay. I'm finally doing Gon's will, thanks to the Watcher.
So I now see. Do you seek a blessing from the light?
Hey, we're looking for one of Eddar's ex-girlfriends.
If it's a fellow missionary you seek, then you might talk with Nordegand at the temple in Nekataka. She's been around a while. Knows more of us than most anyone else.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just looking. I still have that blessing. Cool. I got that quest. I spoke to the governor. And did that. So now, for the purposes of ease of use, the easiest thing to do would actually be to go hire somebody. Oh, my baby. Baby Zangief is snoring at my feet, and my baby Elmo's snoring up above my head. Truly, I am blessed.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
I need somebody who can fuck up ass.
Folks come by here all the time,
I don't know why I said it like that.
Let's see who we can scrounge up.
So can I only buy somebody that's like 1 level below me? It looks like. Give me a level 2 adventurer. Pardon. Or I could import an adventurer. Well, let's save the fucking game. I've never done this. Not a single time.
Still kicking, eh? What? It's slim pickings until the supply...
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Still kicking, eh? Folks come by here...
So if I buy a level 2 adventurer, I just create a character. Alright, let's make a... Orlan... Single class... No, fuck it. Multi-class paladin. That's a kind wayfarer. Has sworn, lay on hands. And is also a barbarian. No subclass barbarian. With frenzy. Just kick that shit up. Sure, they're from the Deadfire. They're the fucking... They were a raider. They were a jerk. No, they're hunter? Fuck it. Let's give him a fucking Morning Star. And, S-Dog. No. Great. And, yeah, sure. Color. Hair color? Hair. I did it. No voice. He will have a savage pose because he is evil. We're gonna call him Stumbo. So what level is Jody? She's level 3. So if Stumbo leveled up a little, then so Barb, I have this. Paladin, I have this. Definitely want this. Which, oh, why can't I? Oh, I already have it. It's guaranteed. Okay. You know, I thought the Deep Faith passive meant so that you didn't lose your powers when you switched your shit. I thought there was a paladin passive. That meant that you did not lose your bullshit depending on your alignment or whatever you would call it. The reason I say that is because, like, Bleak Walkers are, like, the best paladins in the game. And... for damage-wise, anyway. And... it sucks shit because they're fucking assholes. They're complete fucking assholes. They're such jerks. And barbarians just naturally synergize with humans. Like a human barbarian rogue would have all the synergy in the world as soon as they take damage. We're gonna just go buff up my defense. It's a bummer the way experience works, that if you were to hire a character such as this, they can only seem to have, yeah, they just straight up start with less levels. Bummer. I wonder if that's the way they balance the game around. Oh, do you even have any fucking equipment on? You don't. You don't have any equipment. You just start with bullshit. Alright, well, let's get you something to wear. Mail will do it. And let's give you... something two-handed, right? One-handed. 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 Poleaxe. Doesn't this not have increased reach? I thought it did. Huh. Hold on. He'll come hang out with us. This is gonna make the next area a lot easier. For only 500 gold. Wonder if there's a mod that brings these guys up to cap. Let's, how do I leave? Oh, straight up, leave. What weapon proficiencies do you have, buddy? Ah, interesting. Off to the ruins. To the woods. Oh, these no longer have skulls next to their name, which means they're not over-leveled for me. Yay. Thick woodlands spread to the east of Port Mage, slowing your travel. Birds flitter above you, and insects drone endlessly. The path eventually gives way to a game trail, then to no path at all. You find a curiously marked tree. The bark gouged away in a pattern. The striations seem to run upward, from right to left, just shy of vertical. Let's examine them. So we're going to be wanting to combine perception and survival. My perception is insanely high, so I'm going to do it. The depths and widths of the gashes suggest the tusks of a boar. The curled tufts of brown fur you find wedged into the scored wood confirm the supposition. You notice a sigil carved into the wood, so faint as to be almost imperceptible. Can we identify it? Yeah. Stumbo squints at the carving and frowns. Looks Juana, 3 overlapping circles. Can't say anything beyond that. Quiet rustling in the underbrush draws your attention northward, deeper into the forest. Time to hide in the undergrowth. You duck silently behind a log and still your breathing. Whatever's making that sound draws nearer. Through a gap in the foliage, you make out a tall Alma standing among a small sounder of wild boars. Matted copper hair hangs over his features, and boar hides drape his frame. Despite his presence, the swine seem pretty at ease. Hey man, what up? Man stands abruptly, spinning on you, his staff raised as ready to strike. Akara, then who are you? For what are you here? His language thickens his accent. Eder wants to pet the boars.
You lived among these islands once. I see it on your spirit.
Sure did, buddy.
Yet you stink of foreign gold, of masonry, gunpowder, and blood, of death. You should go. Leave this place before your corruption spreads.
I mean you no harm. Can't we just talk?
Said as if a word never hurts a person. You go. Speak quickly then. Your words disturb this place.
What are you doing out here with all these pigs, man?
Learning. The boar teach much about survival if one listens, if one watches. So sing. So say those who know.
Who's that?
This question helps neither of us, I say.
Well, it sounds like you're talking about Galloway.
Always you foreign sorts speak of your changing god. I say you know nothing of change, and less of the hunt.
This hasn't been very productive, has it? Is there anything you can do to help me?
Then you think the Juan are here to serve you? Akara, they are not. I say always those who come to these islands, they want to take. Only ever to take.
Look, I just want to get through the forest, dude.
No, your sort always want. This forest is not yours. This land is not yours. Go, leave.
Dude, I'm not here to take from you. I'm here to protect you. He frowns and gives me a wise teeth necklace.
Then go, take this. They protect you if you speak true. They tear out your throat if no.
Huzzah. I got a teeth necklace. Intellect, history, insight. We'll just keep that up here for now. Okay, bye-bye, old druid. Nice talk with you. Let's check out this old battleground. Search it. Nice. 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 Plate? Seriously? Just straight up? Hell yeah, bro. Hey, Eder. Are you wearing plate right now? You are wearing Valiant plate. Hey, Stumbo. You want some plate, bro? Hell yeah, you do. You're gonna be chunky as fuck, bro. Wonder, can I get that? Or is that like, you must be... Yeah. Must be in your boat. Into the pass. The trail before you seems thoroughly disturbed by erratic tracks. The sparse plants to the immediate sides of the path are roughly mangled. A struggle might have occurred here. Let's search it. It'll be me. Takes you only a few moments to make sense of the chaos. No blood spatter suggests it wasn't a fight, and you can easily identify the clawed prints of Zaurips. The tracks seem recent. A dry and ropey vine has been pulled taut across the path and inexpertly covered in dirt. Well, beyond, a group of robed figures cringe and cower at a nearby river's bend. Each is frozen in place, ashen and gray, like statues covered of soot. Crafted of soot. Let's disarm it. Eder quietly disarms the trap and collects the components. Let's search for the Zaurips. Hear a series of quiet chirps and growls, and make out the movement of small forms through the undergrowth. Let's sneak closer. You creep closer, parting the grass for a better view. A handful of Zaurips hiss and snap at one another, shaking their spears and their scaled fists. They stand over the apparent source of their argument, a small pile of loot, likely stolen from other travelers. Let's make him mad. You reach out with your thoughts and brush the simple chaotic minds of the wilder. As if blowing on an ember, you encourage their anger. Their hissing grows more heated, they begin to jab at one another. Finally, two leap at a third, who scrambles away and into the undergrowth. Zaurips all give chase, crashing after. With them gone, you're able to collect what they left behind. You find a few coins, a tattered cloak, and an old stiletto. It's regular cape, regular stiletto. Totally trivial. That's literally just a... Like, that's not even a... Like, damn. How's that function compared to my dagger? 12 to 17 versus 9 to 14? Okay, so it's worse, but it has higher penetration. And lower accuracy. Okay, interesting. Ah, something down there. Let's go get it. Booze. Berries. Alright. Into the dig site. Alright. These people look fucked. Stumbo, what is your AI? Barbarian... What is barbarian aggressive AI, actually? Yeah, that's actually pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Paladin cautious. Your health is below 50%. Hit it yourself with lay on hands. Interesting. Alright. Well, these people are made out of soot. And they're literally
Watch your
falling.
weight.
Jody bends double. I probably should have talked to her before dusting those people. She bends double, briefly resting on her knees before she wipes sweat from her brow. Huffing to catch her breath, she glances up at you with a bright smile.
If you'll spare me a minute, I'd like to perform a last rite for these poorly departed souls.
Yeah, fuck it. Go
Please,
for it.
Watcher. Without my guidance, they might have a hard time finding the light.
That being said, there's no souls here.
What do you mean? Just look at all these corpses.
Aethys ate them. They're just empty husks.
That why they're so ashy?
Yeah, Aethys caused what's called a Beowak, which is a soul storm when he passed through.
So it's not just symbolism in my dreams. I saw my god walking through storms. Didn't know he created them. While I do thank you for shielding my pride, Watcher, I figure it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you don't mind, I'll just do a calling real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Mighty kind of you.
This here's a final call for all souls. Last stop for the lost. Gather around now, I'll cut you loose and haul you into the light.
Nope. No good. Say nothing.
It's my honored duty to reap and shepherd departed souls during their journey to being reborn. With Aethys dead, me and the other reapers gotta gather as many souls as we can. We'll keep them safe until Gon returns to hell and can take them into his divine embrace.
Now, I could rub the dirt from her cheek if I wanted to put my penis, but no thanks. What do you mean?
I'm keeping lost souls. And here. And that's all I care to say for now. Let's go.
Alright. Right.
On it.
Just literally take those people apart. Ouch, dude. I remember being there some cats around here that are like weirdly tough. You know what? Let's put you on. Wait a second.
Hey. Huh?
What can I do you for?
Let's put you on Paladin Aggressive, which is going to throw down Flames of Devotion whenever you want. Good.
I've got it.
Stumbo, you're cool and all, but you're gonna be leaving soon. Alright. So we examined the exterior. Time to start the sweep. It's fascinating the way I'm playing it now because I'm basically making a hard distinction between trivially easy fights where I'm just gonna let my boys auto attack and difficult fights where I'm gonna sneak attack somebody and fucking pop them. I can't believe I missed that. God damn it. Hey, some pigs. And some worms.
Enemies.
So let's
look there.
Okay. The way that I want to do this is like that. Suey, suey, suey. I wonder if this is gonna count. Like, as a stealth attack. It did? Did it? hold on, let's take a look. I missed and I grazed. Oh yeah, that did not count. Now luckily, I appear to be tearing through these motherfuckers.
Not even close.
Why do I have 3 stacks of concentration? I don't know.
Right.
Let's see. Weather journal page. Whatever Gurichi did to the last batch, it's not working. Sorry, it is working. That's the opposite of what it fucking said. I only wish he'd let the rest of us in on his methods. One of our Juana workers got the jolt of his life transporting one of the crates. That's on top of the one that got blinded last week. All Gurichi has to say for himself is that they were careless. I'm the one paying these islanders' families out of my own pocket. At this rate, I'm going to be the one idiot who comes out of this whole enterprise with less money than when I started. I remember right. This is a dead end, so we can go explore it to our heart's content. Wait, which one of us is getting attacked here? Is the answer none of us? It appears to be none of us. So look at these fill up. Damn. And then there's me. Let's see if I can pop this brine imp. Yep. Yo, bro, that's a strong fit. Clawhorn leathery wing. Now here's my question. XP wise, right? 5942. Yeah, they're always going to be one level behind. That is absolutely how they balance the fact that the companions aren't as good as min-maxed characters. That's fascinating. I don't imagine there's anything else I can do here. Doesn't look like it, aside from it being pretty. Yeah, having that extra character makes all the difference in the world. Even if he is only level 2.
Will do.
Now if I go down here, can I get the party member quickly?
Could be a...
Looks like.
Keeping quiet. Take him down.
Let's get you, Panther. That definitely hurt. Holy shit.
Let's go.
Wait, only 2 of us leveled up? Oh, Jody's like 2 seconds behind. Better, how you doing out there?
On it.
That's so weird. I do not like how XP is calculated in this game. So upon looking it up, I realized that the reason why the experience tabulates this way is because it's actually unevenly divided. People in the back line, people gain experiences like a division of total experience as they hang out with you. So that's why I have 6,010. Eder has 6,008 because he was right there with me at the beginning. Jody has a little bit behind, and he is way behind, and he's actually sapping experience from the rest of the gang. Now, we're all going to hit level cap real way before the end, so it's not the end of the world. But when I do have the full party, I am going to make sure to maybe just a little bit modify this so that Eder and myself have the same experience, for example. Just a thought. But for now, that we're level fucking 4. Let's juice it up. First of all, mechanics. Second of all, survival. Alright. We've now unlocked a new power level, which means that we have one new skill for both classes. Number 1, fighter stance. No question. I'd actually like to do weapon and shield style as well, but working on it. And rogue. Weapon and shield style. Look at that. Right there. And let's give you the sword proficiency. Why? Because it fucking owns. Alright, Eder. You may now switch. Yeah, cleaving stance? No. Yeah, warrior stance? No. You got defender stance. Yes. Then on to myself. Let's kick up sleight of hand and diplomacy. Alright. I'm not happy with Mindwave. Or really Whisper of Treason. But, I mean, I'll live. So one of each, huh? Okay. Weapon and shield? No. I actually want duel. So, could I get any of these spells? I could. But could I get Draining Whip? Which gives me 100% more focus gain? Yeah. I could. Now here, yeah, why is 2-weapon style not available for me? Am I losing my fucking mind? Oh, there it is. It just has a... But so, why is it an hourglass? The fuck's up with that? Anyway. I chose Draining Whip. And... Ooh, but Smoke Veil. Smoke Veil's the best ability I could get in my whole game. There we go. Alright, so I've got Sword. I've got Dagger. Sword is what? Increased. Right. And there's Piercing Blows. Increases by recovering time. And that is Crush and Stab. Hello, kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. How you doing? Crush and Stab's pretty good. We also got this, which is Bleeding Cut. Brutal Swings is pretty cool. But it's also Cut. I want... Uh-oh, cat's gonna knock my drink over. Kitty cat, no. What do I want? I mean, I can always change this later. There's no downside. Rending the target's armor. There he goes. Accuracy. What is this? Saber? Spear. Let's go with the Warhammer. The most rogue-like weapon of all. Well, that cat is a crime. So actually, come to think of it, the rogue ability, we're gonna put this on Q. This is the most important one. It's the one I'm gonna be using the most.
Right.
Oh, Elmo, my son. My son, my baby son. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to comfort that boy. Alright, the baby Elmo has been comforted. Let's finish. Oh, don't need to be in stealth. Man, that Mindstalker build comes online like real fast. Wait, no. You do it, Stumbo. Oh, nice. What are you doing, man? You get that gunpowder.
Will do.
You get him. All right. Generator occasionally vibrates wildly. You can faintly hear the sound of metal grinding on metal from somewhere beneath. Let's do it. Several men and women appear to be locked inside a cage. They're little more than silhouettes behind the glass, pointing and gesturing excitedly.
You out there, are the beasts gone?
I'm gonna take a look at the door. Can't see how to open it. Appears the cage is locked from within. Yeah, I took care of him.
Perfecto! We are saved!
Me and the Watcher? We're always happy to help.
Governor Clario must have sent you to rescue us, no? But you do not look like one of his guards.
Actually, Clario sent me to find Odorisi or his notes.
I told you the governor does not care about us. This is all about profit. For him, the rest of the Valiant.
Caloste, you are here, and that is what matters.
Where's Odorisi?
He is still in the ruins, we think.
So what happened?
We were taking measurements of the luminous Adra when something strange began happening.
Fascinating. The pillar started to dim. The ground shook, and our instruments showed unusual variations.
That's when those of us with a grain of sense got into the cage.
So what happened?
The Colossus. Some kind of construct made from luminous Adra. It passed through the arena toward the pillar. Moments later, the pillar went dark, and all of our colleagues outside the cage froze. Like they turned to ash.
That is when the panthers and worms showed up. Started going through the tents. It was awful, but Engfirth.
Some of our people are still missing in the ruins, including Odorisi, our lead researcher. It is possible he managed to hide.
I should go look.
Most of the ruins are that way, through the door next to the ramp. If you are going below, you should take Engfirth with you.
Yeah, Engfirth.
Hey, he looks just like...
A sharp-featured elf comes to the fore. As he meets your eyes, he gives you a knowing nod. He's earned a couple new scars, but you recognize Alth Corfusor after all the same. Taps a finger to his lips, a sly smile working his way across them.
Engfirth knows a great many spells. At first, he even cast fire to chase away the panthers.
Until the flames nearly caught one of the tents.
Oh, you're making a really good case for Engfirth.
Outside of this cage, his skills would be a boon. I do not expect the ruins will be any safer. Many of our people remained behind, which has surely attracted more wildlife. It would be prudent to take help, as long as Engfirth is willing to go.
I would be happy to assist.
What else can you tell me about this dude?
I don't think that's really...
He has only been with us a few weeks. He is inexperienced, but he came with a glowing recommendation from an academy in Celona.
That is surely a generous overstatement.
Glowing recommendation, huh?
Surely we don't have time for...
A pupil of unnatural talent is the phrase I recall. It seems he was loved and regarded by almost all his instructors, though misunderstood, I gathered.
I cannot imagine why.
Really, this helpful stranger surely has more important things to worry about.
Well, that's really crazy, especially it doesn't sound like he's from Valia.
That's quite a...
Students come from all over the world to study animancy in the republics, especially since it is still forbidden in places like Adir.
But Engfe's story is especially sad. He was only a boy when both his parents died in a fire.
Oh, how tragic.
He came to the Deerwood and lived at the manor of a wealthy older uncle until he also died.
Oh, yeah?
In a fire.
Wow.
If that's all, then perhaps we should be off.
What else can you tell me?
I don't think...
He has only...
That is sure...
Oh, it doesn't...
Really, this helpful strange... If that's all, then perhaps we should
Well,
be
I'll
off.
accept his help, I guess.
Be careful, I'm Miko.
I shall try. Thank you for your discretion. I'm certain you have many questions, but I fear they must wait until we're off this island.
Your wealthy old uncle, really?
It seemed like a convenient story.
So you've made some...
You do have the oldest soul of anyone I know.
Fuck off. So you've made some new Animancer friends.
I shall miss their company, though this only confirms that animancy is a hazardous pursuit at best.
So what the fuck are you doing, Al?
That's a rather long story. The short version, for now, is that I'm gathering information on local animancy operations. But I could ask you the same.
Aethys destroyed the keep. He killed almost everybody there. Almost killed me. Gods are up to their bullshit again.
Oh, there's never a dull moment with you. We can speak more freely once we're away from Port Mage. For now, let us find Gurichi.
Nah. We're gonna go full wizard on this boy. He's not gonna be hanging out with us for a while, so... that's fine. Learn about your metaphysics and your explosives, buddy. You start with Jolting Touch, or rather, Jolting Touch is in your Grimoire. You already have Metaletta Minor Missiles. You already have Fan of Flames, but that's in your Grimoire. Gotta go with Slicken, man. No. Chill Fog. And let's give you another Metaphysics. Now let's give you Insight, fuck it. And more explosives. And what do we got? You have Combusting Wounds. You have Rolling Flame. Fetid Caress. Curse of Blackened Sight. Yeah, let's hit him with Fetid Caress. And, Necrotic Lance. Insight and Explosive again. And we'll give him... blindness. Can't go wrong. And it'll make him good with his magic-y crap. Aleph, you are literally warming the bench until I can get to Nekataka.
How may I help?
Let's see what your fucking AI says. Aggressive Wizard. Chill Fog. Fetid Caress, yada yada yada. Is Metaletta in there? Yeah, Metaletta's in there. Alright, let's see what the fuck you got going on with your abilities. Yeah, you're just gonna be support.
I'll see what I can find. Of course.
Alright, let's continue to scour this place. Now, the sub-level is the meat of it. Or, you know.
I've got it.
All the real shit is. Take this coin out to Hana and see if you can see if anybody's willing to dig. Well, it's my coin now, fucker. Warning, extreme danger. Training hall is off limits. Okay. Unfortunately, Aleph here is going to be siphoning XP the same way Stumbo is. But considering the excess of XP in the game, I'm not too worried about it. And also, genuinely, this place kind of sucks without a full party. Apologize if you can hear some hacking and retching in the background. The dog has decided to suck on the floor for some reason. Behavior that he occasionally engages with, and apparently seems to be a trait of bulldogs, which is to just be disgusting at all times. Bro, dude. Come on. Give me a break with this. You fucking freak. Hey, there's a deserted cat up there. And there's the ancient training hall again. Cat. Oh, someone's at my door. Lucky me, it's my replacement face masks. The times we live in, man. It's appreciated, but it's also depressing. Ah well, moving on to the escapism that is video games.
Enemies.
Oh, cat. Oh my god. No, please. Lord.
Sure.
Okay, you guys are all gonna go ham ass on that skeletal warrior. Come on, hit him before. Ah. Alright, time to try out Beguile.
I don't know where this is going.
Did that even work? God, it's so fast, I can't even... Let's get a much closer look. Beguile again.
Can't make it dead. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. Calm down, dude. You're too late. Ooh. Ow. Statue bears a elaborate detail from the buckles of the warrior's greaves to his curly locks. Level up? Thank you. Jody, what up? You will learn about religion, which you love, and you're going to be tough. And now that you're a monk, let's see. I upgraded my wounds. I got my punches. This stuff. Yeah, let's give you some mortification. And I mean, you started with a hatchet. You start with this. You automatically get the punch one. It's fucking quarterstaff. It doesn't matter. You're not hanging around. You're not going to be part of the gang. The training dummy's blade is heavily notched from repeated strikes. Mace, large shield, gauntlets of accuracy. Don't need that, don't need that, but you can use them. Oh, and I forgot to thank the kitty. Perception +1. And enemy attacks are less likely to crit. Nah. Alright, come on, let's get something good.
Found something.
It's weird, I thought there'd be more skeletons in here. Is it really just the batch at the top? Really? Oh, talk about a dearth of skeletons. Something I didn't really think I was going to say today. Yeah, so I went in there and I came out there. Interesting. Alright, so then there's the foreman's quarters.
That order's too tall.
And then the arena sublevel, which is the real dungeon. I guess this whole area is the real dungeon, but you know what I mean. Like the crawl. Shouldn't there be a skeleton in? There is a. Well, I mean that's not a skeleton.
Keeping quiet.
Right. Here.
It's a beetle. I wonder if I can sneak up on the beetle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shit. You guys get in there. Now, what happens if I were to say, I don't know, go invisible? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
Hit me again and I'll hit you back.
Aleph, you stupid motherfucker.
Aye?
You stupid motherfucker. I'm putting your AI out to attack only, you fucking idiot. Oh my god.
Alright, but I'm keeping what's in there. Well, as long as I don't... All done.
You fucking idiot. Oh my god.
I shall.
What do we got? A dagger, a champion's medallion, and a note. One of the workers dug up this old Audra medallion. I doubt Odorisi would be interested in it. Besides, it looks like it's worth something. Might be nice to surprise the crew with a bonus. If I remember right. That medallion gets you a fancy sword downstairs. Fucking Aleph, god damn it. You fucking idiot. Alright, that's everything above ground. Or on the interior, even pseudo above ground. Does Vanessa have anything else to say? Also, there's shit over there I didn't even notice.
Be careful.
She
The tunnels
not.
below may have collapsed.
Alright. Well, then we're going to be off to the dungeon. Next time, I got to get ready for the podcast and maybe get some toast or some food. You guys have a good one. Hope you enjoyed today's session. And I will see you on the next one. You have a good day. Bye.